Before we dive in to the cases, I would like you to notice that her constructive speech is 5 minutes and 25 seconds long. The time limit is 4 minutes with a 30-second extension time, but because she went over the amount of time given for the speech by more than a minute, disqualifying her should be at least strongly considered, because it is unfair to me to try to refute the 1 minute and 30 seconds worth of information that's added on to what she already provided. Okay, now let's move on to the debating. First, I'm going to start with my case, and then I'm going to move on to my opponent's. Animal research is, and has been for a long time, an essential part of the scientific process. If you want to study how a disease progresses, the effects of a brain injury, the effects of a drug, or even some aspects of behavior, you have to study it in animals. Ian Barry. Because I agree with Ian Barry, I oppose the following resolution. Resolved: the U.S. federal government should ban all testing that requires the use of animals. In this round, I will prove that animal testing is needed to make new scientific discoveries and enhance humans' knowledge on certain things without testing on each other. Definitions: all, used to refer to the whole quantity or extent of a particular group or thing. Animal testing, use of non-human animals in experiments. Contention 1. Animal testing saves lives. Subpoint A. Animal testing is beneficial to animals. Bowman 11. Dr. James Cook, an accomplished vet, said, as vets, we're even more sensitive to using animals in testing than most. These are our patients. There's a sense that these are lives that we give care to. We had several projects where the product performed amazingly well in a computer model, only to fail completely when put into an animal. Nothing can go into human patients without being tested in at least a couple of animal models. But most of what we can do also benefits the animals. We apply what we do with the dog clinical patients and help people's pets with research that translates from working humans. Subpoint B. Animal testing benefits the human race. Scott 11. Studies using animals have underpinned virtually all the progress that has been made in understanding and treating cancer over the past century, from giving clues to causes of the disease to showing us the best ways to treat it. The breast cancer drug tamoxifen, arguably one of the most important cancer drugs of all time, was developed with the aid of animal research. It has saved hundreds of thousands of women's lives. Antibody treatments for cancer have also relied on animal research. Antibodies are molecules designed to recognize and target cancer cells, and early research in mice helped to find a way to produce large quantities of these molecules. Contention 2. Eliminating all animal testing would put a stop to medical and scientific discoveries. National Academy of Sciences. Most animals experience only minimal pain or brief discomfort when they are used in research. About 94% of all laboratory animals reported are not exposed to painful procedures or given drugs or are given drugs to relieve any pain caused by a procedure. So what I'm saying is we should only eliminate the 6% of animal testing that is painful to animals and not all animal testing. If we eliminated all animal testing, it would put a stop to the current medical and scientific discoveries we are making through animal testing. Now let's move on to my opponent's case. For about the first minute, she gave instances where animal cruelty has been involved with animal testing, but in no way do I agree that we should continue this cruelty. As my case states, we should ban the 6% of testing that's painful to animals. This point on my side then solves for her contention about pain, because I solve for her problem of animals getting pain inflicted upon them, but at the same time I'm upholding my ground by not banning all animal testing. It's a win-win, and that's one reason you should vote for the opposition already. It can solve problems while keeping it can solve many problems while keeping animal testing. Now, her contention 2 was about how animal testing doesn't even work. She listed some examples of drugs that went awry on humans after being successfully tested on animals. She provided these examples from some credible authors, but she never gave us any numbers or statistics, and by not providing any numbers, we could assume the success rate is very high, like 99.9% of the time it works on humans, the same it works on animals, and the 0.1% is the amount that is unsuccessful, and she's arguing that the 0.1% of the time that it doesn't work on both humans and animals is very bad. We just don't know. She also says that people get hurt from drugs that are proved successful through animal tests but unsuccessful on humans, and yes, sometimes animal tests may prove wrong everything does, but they also prove successful often and help cure a lot of diseases that benefit mankind in big ways. Now, on to her contention 3. She lists many alternatives, but if we eliminate the 6% of animal testing that's painful to animals, we're lowering the cost by 6% and not causing any more pain to the animals, which would be her reason to use alternatives in the first place, is to eliminate all pain. And alternatives also don't work like animals do. We use animals to give us the results we didn't predict, but if we use alternatives, they won't provide any side effects or results we didn't expect. We might as well just predict what will happen before we use alternatives and get the same results. Thank you.